Could you share with us, if someone were to ask you what is the single most positive contribution you've made to humanity, what might that be and why? You can answer it any way you want.
Oh man, the single most positive thing I've contributed to humanity. Hope, I would have to say. I try to inspire people to be better than what they think they are, and that was done to me at an early age. So I try to give people hope. I've met a lot of talented line cooks that could be chefs throughout the course of my career, and I just try to show them that you're capable of doing so much more than what you're doing right now. And the same way with my nieces, I want to inspire them to literally shoot for the moon. I mean, at the time that they grow up, that might very well be a possibility for them to go to the moon. So I just want people to understand that, I believe in humanity. I believe in the human race. I think that we're all capable of greatness in our own way. I also think that we're capable of ugliness in our own way too.
That's for sure.
but I'm hoping that the greatness wins out in the end, and that as a species, that we continue to do great things. The world has evolved so much. So yeah, just hope. I think giving hope to people, being somebody there to listen to them, just whatever you can do. And it doesn't have to be major things every time. You can just be, a pair of ears to listen to somebody, want to get something off their chest. So, just be a person, be a citizen of the world, and just try to be a nice, try to be a good person overall. Whatever that entails.
I love that, man. Well, one thing, and we don't have that's not the nature of this program, but good always, when you live long enough, you see it. Good always triumphs over evil. In the end, it always wins. Now, evil might win for a long time, but the end of whatever saga or chapter, almost always good wins. So I've been sharing. Awesome. Go ahead.
No, I hope I live long enough to see that become a thing. But it's actually, if you think about the world that we're in right now, there's a lot of cool stuff happening. With the Black Lives Matters movement and
sure.
People just, wanting a change and actually not taking up arms, but protesting for that change, I think is a really cool thing to see, especially being a political science major. I wasn't around for the Boston Tea Party. I'm not quite that old, but, I would think something similar was done, in the yesteryears, kind of what's being done today. Minus the tea, because we don't really do too much as a nation anymore. But I think it's really cool to watch. I think people wanting to protest for change, I think, is a really awesome experience. So I'm excited to see where the world heads. We've just hit the first pandemic of my lifetime that I remember. There's been a few that have tried to spring up that we've always battled back. But this one, is going to show us what humanity is really made of, and how resilient we are as a species. So I think, obviously, space travel is on the horizon. We have some great leaders with that, with Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, the guys at Boeing. Everybody's getting on board for the space race. Possible colonization, becoming an interplanetary species. I think that's really interesting stuff. And with all these things on the horizon, that's going to give way to new technologies. It's going to give way to new stuff that we, may have seen in sci-fi movies might become reality. So I'm really excited as to what's on the horizon. AI, Neuralink, just all the cool stuff that, we never thought was possible becoming a reality. Pretty awesome.
What's the Chinese proverb? May you live in interesting times, which can be interpreted many different ways. It's not always positive, but that's what this time reminds me of. It's the one thing, I don't want to get too far afield, Jarrod, because we've got several more questions, but it's the one thing that nobody planned for. you know, we thought a nuclear war, we've got all kinds of health care, we've got all kinds of things, and we don't get everything right. But it was like the one thing that we didn't really plan for as a species, because it hadn't happened at this level in over 100 years. And it just totally changed and altered the course of everyone's humanity. Anybody that says it didn't impact them is basically not alive, but that's another discussion.